If you ever hear a baby crying in the desert, run. I live in northern Arizona, not far from the Navajo Nation, where strange things happen all the time. If you've ever spent time in the desert at night, you know how eerily silent it can be. But sometimes, it's not. A few years ago, I was camping alone, miles away from the nearest town. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to a sound that sent a chill through my bones. A baby crying. At first, I thought I was dreaming, but then I heard it again. Software weak. Desperate. It was coming from somewhere outside my tent. I grabbed my flashlight and unzipped the tent just enough to peek out. The desert stretched out in every direction, illuminated by the moon. But there was no baby. The crying stopped. My skin crawled. Every instinct in my body screamed at me to stay inside the tent, but against all logic, I stepped out. My breath was visible in the cold air as I scanned the darkness. Nothing. Then, from behind me, directly next to my tent, I heard it again, a perfect imitation of a baby's cry. My stomach dropped. I turned slowly, shining my flashlight toward the sound. My beam landed on a figure crouched near the base of a Joshua tree. It was wrong. It looked human, but its limbs were too long, its joints bent the wrong way. The second my light hit it, it stopped crying. And then, in a voice that sounded almost like mine, it whispered, "Help me." I ran. I grabbed my keys from the tent and sprinted to my truck, my gut telling me that if I looked back, I wouldn't make it out. I didn't stop until I was miles away. The next morning, I returned with a few friends. My campsite was undisturbed, except for a long, deep scratch running down the side of my tent. There were no tracks, no sign that anyone or anything had been there. But I know what I heard, and I know what I saw.